What's up, you guys? Today I'm going to be talking about MGM stock. Currently the price has been uptrending in the market and we've been bullish in the market. I'm going to be talking to you guys about my thoughts on MGM, where I see the price target going to, if I see it bullish or bearish in the market. And I'm going to give you my personal opinion on it. All I ask, if you could just take 5 seconds of your time, hit that like button below, subscribe if you haven't yet. We're trying to reach that 10K mark. If you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe. I'm going to go on the computer now to show you guys more or less my thoughts on it. We had a bit of a sell-off. Not really a sell-off, but more of a pullback as of yesterday. We hit $17. I tend to see a lot of stocks like this tend to bounce off solid numbers here. 5-day chart, we've been uptrending in the market. The S&P 500 just surpassed the 300 mark, which had a lot of resistance levels. So I think we're pretty much bullish in the market, especially that things are opening up. Feds are pumping in money to the market. You have to switch from bearish to bullish at this time. So I currently think any type of pullback we see in the market, take advantage of. So I currently bought in positions again for a long-term play on my airline stocks, Norwegian, cruise line stocks, Carnival as well. And I'm currently going to be buying MGM as well, waiting on just a pullback in the market, maybe close to around maybe the $17 mark. If it drops a little bit today, I'm going to be getting in long. This is a fair value around here of $25. You can see in the past they were at $100, dropped all the way to $1.90, a dollar basically, because they filed bankruptcy in the past. MGM did file, I think, Chapter 11 bankruptcy. As of right now, they tend to have a lot of cash on hand. I believe they came out with a statement saying they have over $3.5 billion cash on hand, and they're not really worried. A lot of the owners of the company actually bought a lot more stocks around this area. I believe it was $13 to $15 area. They bought a lot of shares because they had a lot of confidence in the company. Pretty good news if the owners of the company believe in the company and everything like that. I do think we're going to start seeing an uptrend in the market. Any sign of a pullback, I would probably get in long term. I do think we're going to start grinding up slowly, but always remember to wait for a pullback when you want to enter a stock. Don't just enter at the top. Everything that goes up has to pull back, regardless of how much of a move it went up. So everything always pulls back. A good pullback is tend to be somewhat of a mid-range from that. So you have here, you can see it's like halfway pullback, right? You see here, see somewhat halfway pullback. It continues making higher highs in the market, right? We're bound to kind of see a strong pullback in the market. I did mention it in my other videos, but we're bound to see a strong pullback because we've been uptrending so aggressively quickly. So we're bound to see that pullback. You can see the S&P 500 here, and I did call this out that we're going to at least see a strong pullback right here. And now we're kind of uptrending very strong in the market, kind of maybe too aggressive. We might see maybe a pullback around this 296 area. I mean, we've been rallying pretty hard, especially this week and last week. You can see that the feds have been pumping in a lot of cash. The market makers are pushing the market, and everybody pretty much wants to travel and get out of their house. I do think the airline industry, cruise line industry, basically the hospitality industry is gonna thrive after they start opening up again. I think a lot of people still want to travel and go out, and I do think within 2 years things will get back to normal. So the S&P 500 is currently bullish, so we have to take that into consideration. And anything that you can buy right now, currently on a dip buy or a pullback, I personally would take advantage of. So I currently bought Norwegian Cruise Line stock yesterday on a strong pullback. Just get into it again because I do think we're going to be uptrending in the market, and I'm going to be holding actually long term. I'm not going to be swing trading the stock anymore. It's going to be a long term position. If you start seeing a downtrend in the market, because we are somewhat overbought in the market, I'm going to be adding my positions long term as well. So my thoughts on MGM, if you want to buy it long term, let's go here to the 20-day chart so you can see basically. We're kind of on the 20-day chart. You can see that we're kind of on the overextended side. We're here at the top. You know, we could see a pullback in the market, and we could see, you know, us hitting the $16 area. It's a very big possibility. But I do think the $17, $18 area is still a good buy, especially how you know, things are opening up. I do think we're going to see more of an uptrend in the market aggressively as of now, because, you know, a lot of things are opening up. You have to take also into consideration that this could be basically a very big down move if, you know, everything starts opening up, cases start getting bigger, the economy has to shut down because there's no vaccine, and, you know, people are getting really sick. Then we can probably see a second leg down very aggressively. It could happen. So keep that in consideration, keep that in mind. If you know, the economy, everyone wants to travel, and, you know, everyone gets pretty much, it gets worse, a second wave makes everything worse, it could happen. Just keep that in mind when investing, and don't put all your eggs in one basket when you're buying a stock such as MGM. I diversified as much as possible. I have stocks in MGM, Norwegian Cruise Line, Carnival Cruise Line, United Airlines, a little bit of American Airlines. I do think that stock, you know, out of all the stocks, American Airlines is probably the one that's going to have the most trouble due to the cash flow. I bought also in Delta Airlines and PK, which is Hilton's stock. I do like Hilton stock a lot. If you're interested in another stock for the hospitality industry, Hilton is a pretty good stock to hold long term. You know, they just kind of divided their stock up, so it doesn't have that much history on it. But I do think, you know, we're still on, you know, right below fair value for the stock, and I do think it's a buy here at this area. Anything below $10 is a buy. I currently bought around the $7 area. I'm going to be holding it long term. I'm not really swing trading this play as much as the other stocks like the cruise line stocks. This is going to be a long term play to hold on to many years, and they also pay pretty high dividends of 45 cents, 55 cents. So that's a very good stock to hold long term. It's going to grow, and you're going to be getting paid dividends. I currently don't like buying just stocks that pay dividends, but if it's a good stock that usually has growth in it and grows over time, then I would buy stocks that hold dividends as well. To finalize and summarize my thoughts on MGM, I do think it's a buy. I do think just wait on a little bit more of a pullback if you want to get to a better position, but I do ultimately think, you know, right now we're uptrending in the market, economy's opening up. I do think I'm pretty much bullish on this stock long term, and I still think it's on sale. So, you know, just take into consideration how everything's opening up and how people still want to travel. People want to go out, spend money, people want to go on vacations, but they also want to be safe. So if the economy opens back up and, you know, we have a second wave and people are getting sick and people, you know, this pandemic has a very big impact on the second wave, then we can see probably a second leg down. But ultimately, I do think we're going to be seeing an uptrend in the market. And when you see basically these EMAs cross, we're pretty much bullish on the market. So I do think we're going to start seeing an uptrend in the market long term. Goodbye. I believe below $17 is a good long-term play. So hopefully this video helps you out, guys, whether you want to buy MGM and at what price point you want to buy it. I currently think anything below $17 is still a good buy. It's still a very good long-term investment, and they also pay a bit of dividends on the stock. If you have any stocks that you want me to review, leave a comment down below. I'll get to them as soon as possible. Also, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't yet, and I'll see you guys on the next video.